This is today is October 26, 2023. The year 2023 was supposed to be the year where I make breakthrough into day trading. So far, the only dramatic difference that I see is being able to see the importance of setups and the stop loss. And today I made another demo account with FTML, and hopefully this will lead into an actual trading account. So I look here. So today what I did was, if I look at the way that, so if I look here, if I show off, here's something that I've seen here, which actually came up to be 9960. I canceled it so that I can start a new trading account. Here's what I did today. So if I look here, surely enough, it started out innocently today, and the trade that I made here essentially created a right here. This trade essentially imploded without regard to a stop loss, and the last information was canceled because look at that. The equity actually was down to 352. It surpassed, see that? It surpassed the max daily loss today because it did not record the last information, but it was actually a trade on Tesla. And today it dropped like a rock before it actually recovered a little bit and dropped down. And so this account, after about 1, 2, 3, 4 days, was essentially counted as null and void. And so if I go to the client area, so now that's where it is. So same thing with this guy right there, which is here. So if I look at this trading account, this one was a very similar issue. But in a single day, it reached that point, and that also was. Imagine, so nowadays what I'm imagining that each of these costs about 165 US dollars. Okay, so far I've cycled through 2 of them, so that it essentially equals to about 300. So these demos are essentially providing a cushion for me to use as to preserve capital until at a time where I can sequentially pass this 3 times in a row. That's the objective. When I do that, I know that I will have the probability of going into the FTMO challenges here, which is fantastic. I mean, look at this right here. So if I am able to pass the demo and I pass this guy here, then the probability of me passing this is very high, right? So imagine trying to learn all this using this account, which essentially equates to, if I look at here, I mean, look at that. That's expensive right there. So here's what I have been doing, looking here, right? So when I'm using the demo, I'm saving this. Every time I cycle through the account, I'm saving this much. And the beautiful part about it is, the great thing about this is that once I passed the demo, most likely I have a higher, very, very likelihood of actually passing the challenge. And when I pass this challenge, then I have a very high likelihood of passing this challenge, so on and so on and so on. All I have to do is the trades that I make here, double it. Trade that I make here, double it. Trade that I make here, double it. That's it, right? That's the way it's supposed to work. So when I get back here, so now I'm looking at this scenario of how did this trade come about? How did it formulate, and how did it rise to this point here? Because initially, if I look at this trade, it was down to 60, it was down 40. So these were stopped out. See how I used the stop loss right here? So these were the stop losses that I used. And fortunately that I did. Now these could have been enhanced a little bit more to maybe 30 here, 30 here. Because if it reaches about 30 with 90 shares, it's essentially have reached a point of no return, and it's going to keep going down or the other direction. So the idea is to increase this just like that, reduce this with a proper setup. And now that I have these stop losses set up here, what I need to do is figure out the best entry point and the reasoning behind it, so that so that this one is a lot easier now. Okay, they made it easier for the for this account, because instead of being a 10%, it's 5%. And so right here, I've already, all I need to do now, okay, famous last words. All I have to do, okay, all I have to do at this point now is to make 361. That's it. 361 within the allotted time of essentially, what is that? 2 weeks. Okay, 2 weeks. If I can do that within 2 weeks, I will pass this demo. And then I'll cycle through another one, and I'll cycle through another one. As soon as I pass those two, equating to 3 in a sequential basis, then I can leap into actually purchasing the challenge, and then expecting a higher probability that I will pass the challenge. That is the path. Now, the other interesting thing is to figure out, okay, why do I want to enter? What are the reasons that I enter? I'll discuss that in the next video.